The year was 480 BC. The Mediterranean world trembled beneath the shadow of a mighty empire, the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Under the rule of Xerxes, Ashwan, son of Darius the Great, Persia launched one of the largest invasions the ancient world had ever seen. 10 years earlier, at the Battle of Marathon, Darius had been defeated by the Greeks, a wound to Persian pride that could not be ignored. Now his son would have his vengeance. Xerxes ordered a pontoon bridge built across the Hellespont, linking Asia to Europe. He summoned men from every corner of his vast realm, from Egypt to India, Babylon to Bactria. A tidal wave of flesh and steel rolled south, bound for conquest. The target, all of Greece. Faced with annihilation, the Greek city-states, long divided and often at war with each other, forged a fragile alliance. At a council in Isthmus, they made a decision. The Persian advance must be stopped at a narrow pass, where numbers would count for little. That place was Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, a narrow strip of land pressed between cliffs and sea, a natural choke point, but fate was cruel. The invasion came during the sacred Carnea festival and the Olympic Games, times when Sparta was forbidden to wage war. So King Leonidas of Sparta marched not with the full army, but with 300 of his finest warriors and all men who had living sons. They marched not to survive, but to die with honor. Leonidas and his allies, roughly 7,000 in all, fortified the pass, repaired the road, and prepared to make their stand. Then the Persian host arrived, a human sea stretching beyond the horizon. Herodotus wrote of over 1 million men. Modern estimates are lower, but still overwhelming. Xerxes sent envoys demanding surrender and the handing over of weapons. Leonidas replied with 2 words, Mollen Labe, come and take them. On the first day, wave after wave of Persian troops attacked the Greek phalanx. In the narrow pass, their numbers counted for nothing. The Spartans held firm, silent, disciplined, deadly. They fought not for life, but for legacy. On the second day, Xerxes unleashed his elite troops, the Immortals, but even they were pushed back, humiliated. The narrow defile became a killing ground. Shields locked, spears thrusting, Spartans held their line, unyielding as stone. But not all enemies come from the front. A Greek named Ephialtes betrayed his countrymen, revealing a hidden mountain trail that led behind the Greek position. Leonidas received word of the encirclement. He knew the end had come. He ordered the bulk of the allied forces to withdraw. Only the 300 Spartans, 700 Thespians, and 400 Thebans remained. They chose to stay. Dawn broke on the third day. The Persians closed in from both sides. Leonidas fought on the front line until he was struck down. His men rallied around his body, refusing to let it fall into enemy hands. When spears broke, they used swords. When swords shattered, they fought with their bare hands, and one by one they fell. Thermopylae fell, but the cost to Persia was high. The death of Leonidas and his men did not frighten the Greeks. It inspired them. A few weeks later, Greek forces won a decisive victory at the Battle of Salamis, crippling the Persian navy and forcing Xerxes to retreat. The Spartans had not saved Greece that day, but they gave Greece the courage to save itself. At the site of the last stand, the Greeks raised a stone monument. Upon it was carved a single verse written by Simonides. "Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie." A poem, a message, a legend that echoes across the centuries. Thank you for watching the Battle of 300 Spartan warriors. Please subscribe to the channel to follow the latest battles. Thank you. See you again.